Back to Newegg TV. I'm Steve. Today we're actually doing a live stream on our Twitch channel. It's actually our officially first release, our first broadcast. We had one before. There was a couple hiccups. We expect there to continue to have hiccups today. So I'm actually being joined by Cooler Master. What? Why am I holding on? Already, first hiccup.
Fake live.
No, it's live. I'm looking at it right now. Okay. That wasn't awkward. I'm joined with Rajiv. Thank you so much for coming in. And Nathan, thank you so much for coming in. You didn't have to lean that far, but I appreciate it. You're pretty tall. You guys brought in some keyboards, a headset. You got an awesome mouse here. Several other products. What do you want to start with first? I know you also have that university.
Yeah, so I mean, Cooler Masters, we do a full product line of, computer peripherals. We do components as well as a mobile line. And so what we're doing is we're creating this platform for people to learn about all these technologies that we're putting in. We find that a lot of people, especially, newer generation, don't really kind of understand the bubble that we're in terms of technology.
Right.
So we've created Cooler Master University on our Cooler Master website, which kind of educates things on, for example, mechanical switches. So for us, we've put a lot of emphasis on mechanical keyboards. And one of the big benefits that CM Storm prides itself on is the available of different switch types. Because we believe that everybody has a type. You can't just kind of pigeonhole a user into one type of mechanical switch. Right. And how do you go about educating people on this? Because a lot of times it's all about touch and feel.
Right.
For example, this is our QuickFire Stealth model with red switches. And it's available in blue, green, and brown as well. And you'll notice the red switch up here. And it's more of a linear, very smooth press. There's no tactile feedback or click sound. Whereas this is our XT with green switch. And it has a clicky sound, and actually you feel a bump halfway through to let you know that you've registered the key.
Right, exactly. And what you guys are going for with the greens, I've understood, is more for the typist or someone who works in an office, wants that tactile feedback with a little more pressure than the blue switches.
Right. Well, again, everybody can kind of find their own way of using it. For myself, when I use greens, I find that I'm more efficient at typing. But sometimes gamers, instead of mashing your button, as soon as you press the key and you hear that click, your brain will naturally start to register okay, I've made the command, next button, next button, next button, next button, next button. So you can fit it however you want. Now, of course, if you're using a voice over IP and your teammates are yelling at you over the clicks.
That would be me, by the way.
Right.
As soon as I hit that button, they're always annoyed. Dude, your keyboard's way too loud.
Right.
I go for the reds.
Well, then you can switch over to something like a brown switch. And again, the flexibility that CM Storm offers is kind of what we pride ourselves on.
Awesome.
So also about, just not only mechanical switches, we're talking about the size of the keyboard as well. So again, back to our Stealth here. You'll notice it's a 10 keyless solution, and we always hear a lot of people well, if it doesn't have the numpad, I don't want to use it.
Right.
But we gear this mostly towards enthusiasts and gamers, because a lot of times they're in very cramped spaces. We were just at a LAN event this past weekend at UCLA, and we saw a lot of guys who were just kind of cramped side by side here. This kind of keyboard was really appealing to them because they only need 6 or 7 buttons to really play the game that they need to, and it also looks cool and just saves space as well.
Yeah, in your backpack or whatnot. If you have very little real estate on the desk, if you go to a lot of LAN parties, you're definitely going to want to have something that fits a little better. Even at most LAN parties I go to, it's not that hard, but definitely if you wanted to just lighten your load and you're carrying a bunch of other stuff, definitely I could see the benefit of having that.
Absolutely, and also, we have a detachable cable with cable routing in the back. These are things that we look at and we talk with our focus groups, the gamers, and we try to find out what they're looking for, and we're active in the community to get that feedback.
Fantastic.
Another thing that we added was actually these Stealth front printed keycaps. Again, if you want to zoom in here. And while these look cool, it's if you look from the top, it's all blanked out. It looks really neat. Sometimes people get really confused by it. But when you're sitting forward and you actually see all the keys like that, it looks really cool. And there's multiple benefits for that. It's not only just that, it looks cool, but when you're a gamer or you're using your computer a lot, hey, I know you said that you like to eat in front of your computer.
Yeah, definitely.
You get your Cheeto stains on there. It won't actually wear away the keycaps. It's actually, a lot more durable in terms of the keycap printing. So just, minor benefits, but it also kind of, everybody has an individual type of system that they want to build. Let's say somebody wants to go all blacked out. That's where, the Stealth comes in.
Excellent.
And then back to, a business user, somebody who just wants that numpad. We have our XT line, which is launching next month. And this is just a normal 104 key. Nothing's fancy about it, just different switch types based on what you want to use. and full functionality, and actually uses the thinnest bezel of a mechanical keyboard. And we also use a full USB connector on the back. So that CM Storm logo back there is the only branding you actually see on this. So we've actually kind of cut away from like splattering our logo everywhere. Even on the new Rapid models that we have, we've kind of removed that so that people can kind of, you know, individualize their systems and not just see like CM Storm everywhere. We want to be a part of that build, but at the end of the day, we don't need you kind of tattooing us on your forehead.
Yeah, no
We
kidding.
save that for events where we actually make you do that for free stuff. So
Awesome. All right.
and then when we're talking about personalizing, I know we showed you this at the LOL event.
Yeah.
And this is kind of what we're focusing on esports a lot. Right now, we sponsor Team Curse. You know,
Nice.
we're really proud of kind of the efforts they've done and with our products, and you know, kind of they've actually given us great feedback on that. But one of the things they mentioned was they really wanted their own type of, you know, system. Now, obviously, we want to be able to provide that, but something that anybody can do as well. So we looked at that with our newest headset, and what we did is we looked at this is the Pulsar, which we'll be launching next month as well. And we have these aluminum ear plates on the side here, on both sides, and basically you can remove those, take them to a paint shop, customize them, and kind of brand your team. You don't need to be sponsored by anybody, you know, and you kind of make a name for yourself. You stand out from the crowd, and you know, it's just something that we're looking at to see and maybe, you know, push on other products as well down the line.
Yeah, definitely. If you're at all artistic and you just want to jump in and do your own thing, this would be a great opportunity for you to just grab something and try your luck at airbrushing. Maybe I don't know if you're into that, but yeah. Bottom line is you can definitely customize it. If you have a team, start your own logo, start your own clan, and put it all on there. Go to your LAN events with a little style, a little customized style.
Hey, 5 guys rolling up with the same kind of matching thing. It makes them look more legit.
Yeah,
Put the fear,
definitely.
Put the fear in their competition.
Put the fear in them,
Scare them. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're with our team. You know?
And I noticed also the backlighting there. Can you change that at all in the software? Is it
So
strictly
no, the
color?
Pulsar, I mean, this is kind of just a more neutral white color that we're keeping on here. It's just to kind of give it a really cool look. And maybe down the line we'll be able to do that. And also the mic actually will light up when it's on. So you'll actually see that. I don't know if you can catch that there. But yeah, when it's on or off, it lets you know that you're actually yelling at people instead of your mom or your brother who's bothering you.
So, but it's on the outside though, right? So you'd
Also
see
on
it
the
kind of.
inside.
Also on the inside?
Also on the inside here.
Click
Oh, this? Which one?
Yeah.
the mic on.
I just couldn't
Okay, there you go.
quite
So
see
you
it with the
can see
studio
inside
lights
the
on.
mouthpiece.
Oh, there you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
inside
Okay.
and outside. Sorry.
Definitely in a
Thank you for
dark room. So if you mute, does anything change color at all if you mute or anything like that?
that. Well, when you mute, it basically
it just shuts
up.
off.
Yeah, it
Okay,
just
so
shuts
you know
off.
you're live when it's lit.
Correct.
That's
yeah.
how you know.
So
Okay.
it's a good way of kind of staying out there. And the Pulsar is, you know, it's our new headset that's very comfortable. It uses aluminum for the band as well as the ear plates, and it's just got kind of cool CM Storm little branding inside, but nothing really on the outside to kind of scream too much. But great little headset that we really think are going to be very popular with a lot of gamers. And also, if you're a DJ or you just want to use it at the gym, you can actually pop out the microphone.
It's removable.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
so now you got a cool little look here, and
It's the only headset that comes with a teeth whitener and a lip tanner all in the same.
also we'll actually be able to do more flexible options because actually this removes as well.
Okay.
So you can actually pop this out. And so, when you want to store it away, you don't want to get your cables tangled.
Right.
It's a lot better management-wise.
Or even replacing it if something
Exactly,
somehow
yeah.
gets
So a lot of
broken.
times
Yeah.
you'll find that people, like sometimes at the area here for other microphones, we always heard the complaints like, oh, well, I damaged this portion.
Yeah.
And then they have to replace the whole headset. That allows them to kind of, just kind of replace the cable and
keep
them
going.
so- yeah, keep going, yeah.
Absolutely. 40 millimeter drivers.
It's actually custom 42 millimeter.
42.
drivers.
Oh,
Yeah, so, yeah, we
cooler
customize our
master.
stuff. Yeah, we don't want to be just.
We don't want
Turtles
those
are printed.
40 millimeter
Yeah,
drivers.
yeah.
We're going to make 42s.
Yeah, I showed that already. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing we're doing on gaming audio as well. Again, kind of rounding out the whole gaming line of CM Storm is a huge thing for us. And then of course we have our mouse that you're using there. That's our new Havoc.
Should let you showcase
Oh
that.
yeah, sure. So this is actually back on our CMU program, we actually explained to people that different grip types actually matter for when you're using your mouse.
Right.
If you're right-handed and you like the right palm, if you hold it a certain way, or if you're a claw grip, or if you're a hybrid grip, which is like with fingers, these are all kind of laid out on CMU, and this is actually designed more for ergonomic palm grips, which is probably the most popular grip style. And this is a laser mouse, so it can work on pretty much any surface. And we've made it so it's fully customizable. You can actually change the colors. You can change the DPI settings up or down as you see fit. And it's fully programmable with the software, so you can actually make it, when you click a button, it actually changes colors. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. It's got rubber side grips for better handling. You got 3 buttons on the side here. You got obviously your mouse wheel click and 2 DPI buttons, but everything can be fully programmed to whatever you want. Open programs, macros, anything like that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, no, I did notice it right away as soon as we plugged this in just to demo it. I don't have the software installed. I know you told me it was in beta anyways, but it worked right away, of course. Obviously more customizable. Once we actually have the software installed, I can change what the DPI switches would be doing and what DPI settings they'd actually be at, as well as, I guess you can change the color scheme, as you said. You can change it to blink or faded and out.
Yeah, it's an RGB,
okay.
so you can pretty much do whatever color you want.
Fully customizable.
Yeah, it's fully customizable. We really pride ourselves, again, on kind of individualizing the system, so that kind of wraps that up.
I just noticed that we do have a couple questions that are being floated my way. One question about your manufacturing. Do you own your own coolers? Do you manufacture your own coolers?
Yes.
You do, absolutely.
Yeah, we have our own factories, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Another question is, basically they're already saying that SwiftTech actually does that as well. As far as your pre-filled water coolers, another question, King Mongo for life, what is the force needed to trigger the green switches, basically?
So 80 grams, roughly.
80 grams?
So it's about roughly 80 grams, and about halfway point, I think, is like 2 millimeters. So, I mean, it's really just, again, mechanical keyboards are all about feeling it. Again, when you're getting 80 grams to actuate, that's not bottoming out, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's if you're not bottoming out, which is basically pressing all the way down, you can find that, like greens, for example, you can break them in. And once you get used to them, as soon as my brain kind of feels that tactile bump, I'm already moving on to the next key.
Right. And then to put that in perspective, the reds are 50 gram, I want to say?
They're 45.
45 gram, okay. Yeah. All right. Going on to another couple questions here. Do you use these peripherals in your own homes? Diamond Drice wants to know.
Absolutely, no joke. I use a trigger with with blue switches. Mm-hmm. I use a CM Spawn because I use a claw grip. I love that mouse.
Claw grip too.
And then for the headphones, I use the Cyrus 5.1, which actually has the little tactical mixing console. I do a lot of music production and stuff on the side. Yeah, actually, which is why for DJing this is great, you know. But
this DJ's really pushing it. Nathan, are you using anything in particular at your home?
I have the Cyrus, same as he does, but
nice.
I just use these at work.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, honestly, did you expect anything less? I mean, of course they're going to be rocking it at their house. Let's see. Bush Baby KY. Maybe that's Bikey. Sorry. Rachel, when they get to add the questions, answer the 2012 come. Wait. What? Is this actually you, Rachel, asking the question? Because I'm confused. The Hyper 2012X comes out. They want to know when the Hyper 2012X comes out.
I don't know. We don't have a solid date on that because we're kind of pushing more into the water cooling. And the current gen Hyper 2 and 2 Evo is, I mean, it's pretty much top end for that level of cooler. Okay. It should have a worldwide release date sometime in July. All right. But we don't know when we're going to switch out of our current Evos just because it's just selling so well, you know.
Okay. Well, I mean, with that being the case, you want to start talking about the cooler and
I mean, if the questions, I know a lot of people want to know about that stuff.
Move us on a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, so
sorry, Nathan.
No problem.
Don't wait for me.
I brought 3 products in. This is our N200. It is a MicroATX chassis. Yeah, kind of a mini tower. And let me move some assorted goodies away and make a bunch of clutter.
That's all right.
You can see I have a 240 radiator in front. It has our siding in there, right there. You could fit the Iceberg in there if you wanted to.
Let me just turn this mic a little bit for you. Now keep going.
Perfect. So yeah, like it's obviously a small case. This is MicroATX. I haven't installed a power supply in it just to give you kind of an idea of what it looked like. But if you look, I took out a 3.5-inch drive bay here and this drive bay moves. It can shift an inch closer to the front or closer to the back, depending on if you wanted to do push-pull. Like, there's still room for more fans. Oh, I guess I have one.
Right.
So there's still room if you want to do push-pull. If you didn't and you needed more room for your power supply, you could bring it back to the front and have enough room to route all your cables and stuff.
It's a little bit customizable, so.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of features in a very small pocket.
Right.
You know, we have the bottom filter, top filter. This entire front is filtered.
Cool.
It's just like, it's a cool case. It's a cool little guy. You guys are already selling it. I think it's at $49.99 or something like that. So
definitely
currently
budget
available.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good little case.
Yeah. So if you want to do like an HDPC or something like that, you could just throw
it's
that.
not, it's not gaudy or anything like that. It won't look weird. If you didn't have any lights on, you're fine. And it comes with 2 fans, so you're already kind of set up. So once you brought in like a 240 like this, it comes with 2 fans, so you're able to pretty much maximize the fan intake outtake.
Cool. So, like I've got an Infinity V6 at the house right now. I actually have to get that set up. I'll probably get it set up with your case actually. Anyway. All right.
I mean, if you don't mind, it's already on the table. Same thing I said to Paul earlier. Slightly used in a production.
Used? That's fine. I mean, whatever. If Paul has dibs, then.
I think he dibbed on this.
Oh, that's right. By the way, if you're just joining us, I just want to reintroduce to you guys. This is Cooler Master Rajiv and Nathan, both here to discuss some of their new products that they're going to be releasing. This is being recorded obviously on Twitch. You will be able to go back and actually view these recorded shows. When you do have time. If you missed the entire thing and you just want to catch up later, you can do that as well. All right. Let me just double check to see what kind of questions we have. I did miss one about mice. BMW 2Go11 is asking, will Cooler Master be making a mouse similar to the Naga or the G600?
So with a lot of buttons on the side,
right,
kind
exact
of
MMO style mouse, basically.
We are looking at different type of mice right now. Mice is a big kind of stepping stone for us. We've kind of made a lot of noise with keyboards, so now for us,
quite
mouse.
Literally.
Yeah, not that loud.
No, I'm kidding.
But with mice, right now I haven't seen anything on the pipeline for that, but it's definitely something that we're looking at doing. We're actually going to do some type of community sourcing at one point. We're going to do a project where we're going to reach out to you guys, try to find out what you guys are looking at, and we're actually going to.
Are you going to be reaching out on your Facebook, or how can they get involved?
I mean, definitely on Facebook. You can go to facebook.com/coolermasterna. That's our North American team, and we'll be doing all sorts of contests on there. I mean, definitely for mouse research, we love to get feedback. We also have a subreddit. It's /r/coolermaster. We're very active on that. We're always posting different things on there. You guys can absolutely find all the information you need about this project and more on either our Facebook or our subreddit.
Fantastic. Excellent. All right, let me see if we have something else here real quick. Looking at New Hope 001 asks, while you're on the topic of coolers, would you ask about the V8 GTS? I've already asked that, though. They've already said that it is coming out, essentially, July.
July. God, I wrote that on the board the other day. Third Tuesday in July.
Wow. I'm going to hold it to it now that you've been that specific. You should have just stuck with July, Nathan, but all right.
I think that's what it is.
Perfect. Okay. What else do we have? I guess we have the...
We have the Iceberg 240L. You guys are also selling this. It comes with two nice black fans, no LED, and let me get a good look on like the Iceberg in general. There's the window. There it is. So you can see inside of it. You can customize it if you wanted to take off this pill port. There's a company that makes it with an LED, so it'll have a second rat tail like this. So
nice.
You can make it blue inside, red inside, whatever you want. We don't actually do that, but
it's possible to do it.
There are people already out there selling that.
Contact these people.
Yes. Just Google it. You'll find it. And we also have an adapter that goes on here. If you don't need it to run at full 12 volt, there's an adapter that plugs in that runs it at 7.
Okay.
If it's not very loud, but if you need it even quieter or you're doing on a low end system, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Obviously, push-pull fans. We have buffers on here, little rubber buffers that are included that you can just sandwich between, so you don't have any vibration.
Vibration noise gets reduced a little bit.
Yeah, stuff like that. But overall, this is our highest end water cooler system.
Do you know the full dimensions of that radiator, just to tell our folks?
I
off
do
the top
not.
of your head? Okay, we'll get back to you guys on that. We'll put
Check
it in the
out
description.
Cooler Master under details on your page.
Okay.
Details on Newegg page will give you all the information on that. It's fully spec loaded. And let's see what else we have. We have a V series power supply. This comes in 700, 850, and 1000. Manufactured by Seasonic. It has a 135 millimeter fluid dynamic bearing fan, and you can see it's fully modular. and it has like a really cool 28 to 24 pin connector, so there's no duplication.
Nice.
So it's all just straight 1-to-1 in grounding. So you get solid, stable power, and we have these flat cables for cable routing. Comes with, I believe you can do 4-way dual 8 SLI or Crossfire if you want to do that. So Titans.
I completely missed what it was certified for. I didn't
80 plus gold.
80 plus gold. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The new gold standard is what
That's
we
right.
call it.
Is it really? Excellent. You've now gone above the gold certified. This is actually Cooler Masters gold certified.
And it's really good at low wattage. Like obviously, if you're putting in a 1,000 watt PSU, you're going to have better than normal components or power hungry components. But it is phenomenal at the 20% mark or below.
Okay.
And, Haswell compatible.
I was just going to say that. So then you don't have to worry about when the Haswell drops it too low and
0.05 amps.
Yeah. Good to go. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Perfect. Let me see if I have any other shout outs or questions here. JWolf7722 asks if it's copper or aluminum on that particular. I think
all copper.
It's all copper.
Yeah, we lightly painted it. I don't know if you can see by the picture, but if I kind of angle it, you can see that it's painted, but from an angle you can see the copper in there. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up or not. I'm just kind of flailing around at this point. But yeah, it is full copper. So is the base. Really big, solid heatsink base. With a cool sticker on there for you. So nice and shiny, polished. So it's going to make good contact, flat.
Excellent.
And it has these coils around it to help any kind of kinking. So if you were really tight in a little mini ITX system or something like that, it's not going to make a difference. And these are standard 1/4 inch. GPT, just the standard like you'll have in any of your modded systems like that. So it's expandable. You can unscrew this, hook it up to a graphics card, another radiator, reservoir, whatever you want to do, and
just continue the circuit.
Yeah, just continue a whole full custom loop. That's kind of the idea behind this. You can buy this separately, but we're really going for an additional system. So if your current pump dies, toss that one out, throw this one in. You got an extra 240 radiator, 120, however you want to do it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a solid deal.
We're also going to be adding more on the Cooler Master University stuff. We're going to be kind of branching out into more of the technical stuff behind power supplies, cooling, and even cases like some of the newer cases that we'll have on building or cable management. So as people kind of stay tuned on that on our Cooler Master University, they'll be able to learn a lot of new things on there as well. So
to give you like a general, the best airflow for given cases or general airflow, what's best for water cooling, like the different types of pressure, like what is the most important components of aspects. And it's not just going to be like, let me sell you on this. It's going to be more general,
purely educational.
Educate yourself, and if you want to go with our products, fantastic.
We vet it through like the enthusiast community. I mean, we've heard so much feedback about don't try to sell us, just educate us.
Right.
So for us, we feel that if you're better educated, I mean, we're going to have the solutions that fit the best needs anyway, so might as well give you the power to make that decision on your own. Like, for example, switch types, right? You're only going to find green switches on CM Storm, so once you get, your interest is piqued on it, that's I mean, I don't have to tell you. I don't have to
go to get it.
Yeah.
Coolermaster.com. Okay. Let me see what else we have for questions here. We have I Love Eggs asks, are there any drawbacks to modular power supplies?
No. I mean,
you're just going to go ahead and say no.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say
if you lose the cable, if you,
that would be a drawback.
If you misplace the cable.
I know you want to...
In a very, very small case, mini ITX, sometimes you get a bit more flexibility with non-modular cables.
Yeah, it'll add about an inch because of this additional piece. So yeah, if you have a really tight setup, obviously, that's backwards. I can plug it in real quick and give you an example. You cannot hear me?
No, I don't think they could hear Paul. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Paul on set real quick. He's on set, but I'm gonna bring him on camera.
Wanted Subway, and I said yes.
No way. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Paul Heimlich here directly in the studio from the house that Paul and Vu built.
I wasn't planning to join the live stream, but Steve invited me over, so I thought I'd jump in.
It's not bad, right? You're okay.
Yeah, modular. I mean, the thing with modular cables that I found to be most important, especially if you have a fully modular power supply like this. Sometimes you'll get the ones you'll be like, well, it's got a couple, like the 24 pin and like the 8 pin are hardwired, and I thought, well, that's okay. I always use those.
You need those, yeah.
But if you're ever actually in a situation where you have to remove the power supply and you've already wired it, having modular cables, you can just unplug it and pop the power supply out versus actually going through and redoing all your wiring.
Especially
So
if you have
that
it
was
routed up behind something and it's all latched in.
Yeah, exactly. I was doing a little MicroATX build and I had it all wired in there, and like I had to swap out the power supply. The fan was actually, it wasn't a Cooler Master power supply. The fan was the fan was actually just like something was wrong with the RPMs. It was spinning at like full RPMs the whole time, and I had to completely rewire the case because of that. But
So yeah, I mean that turns a 5-minute project or more into a 30-40-second project.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, like Paul's saying, you only need to use what you have to. You could plug in, 2 and 4, whatever you want to do. Just write it however you want.
Yeah. Wire management so much easier like this. 10 times. Even when we don't do it on the live build, it's still easier if you would.
Indeed. Just leave them hanging out the back. Don't worry about it.
It was such a late day. It was like what 2 hours total, I think.
Yeah, I think it took about 2, about that long. I felt okay about it. What I was mostly worried about was that things were going to go wrong like over and over, and that it was going to end up being like 2 hours, and we're like halfway done with the build, and then we'd have to be like, well, we need to leave now or something. Like that.
We'll continue next time.
It was fun though.
Paul's troubleshooting channel. Of,
like
I don't know what's wrong. Let's just start troubleshooting. It didn't turn on. Let's just. Anybody got a BIOS beep card?
We'll do another live stream next week where we fix this build.
Live stream fail. Start again. Yeah.
All right.
But,
I'm gonna duck out now, and Steve's been doing a great job, hasn't he, guys?
Hey,
good job, Steve.
I can hear the applause from here.
Exactly.
There's a little boo, but that's okay.
Okay. That's all from me.
Golf club.
Awesome.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Okay, let me see what other questions we have here. Probably have 20 other ones. Where's Paul? Oh my God, I have a very long list of questions now. Thomas Lowe asks, is there any list of compatible RAM for the Hyper 12 Evo?
Oh, for height restriction?
I'm guessing so, yeah.
No, we don't have a list, but we do have the minimum height or the height listed. So
anything above that, if you have some
just look at your RAM to see what your heatsink is.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just because some of them are going to be, really long.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Vipers or whatever.
Yeah. Not to name names or anything. So B Sanyal 78 asks, will Cooler Master bring out cases for MicroATX motherboards in the half line?
Yes. God, what's that one going to be called? I'll just go with yes.
The easy answer is yes.
Well, it's because some of them aren't completely finalized. Like
right.
at this point, they're in the final stages, but we don't necessarily always have names for them and stuff like that. But there's going to be a smaller version of the Half XB, which is the boxed version.
Right.
But like I have no clue when that's going to be released. It could be a CES type of thing.
Okay.
But yes, there will be one of those, and we're going to have like something really cool and unique that we can't even talk about that will have those kind of options.
There will be something really cool and unique.
You're like, magic!
It's actually going to be at PAX.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
At PAX
will be a big deal.
Yeah, we're actually going to be showing something huge. I mean, that's a game changer.
Are we talking the size of the case?
No,
I'm kidding.
We're talking about like the magnitude in terms.
No.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of what PC builders are going to look forward to, and like, especially you hear all this news on the new consoles and stuff like that. I think for Cooler Master, we're always trying to make a splash with back to PC gaming. We truly are. I only game on the PC. I know a lot of the guys in the office do. And so we're always trying to come up with new products that are going to make people go, well, who cares about whatever else coming out? I can still play that on my PC and get more.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay.
Fortunately, these are all compatible with your Commodore 64. We're still rocking that.
Yeah.
This
is like the old IBM Model M, the click-clackies that you used to do back in the day.
I used to play Dune on my my Amiga. It was actually it was my friend's father's computer. Anyways, we're getting off task. Let me go back to these other
God code.
You just made me fall asleep. In my chair,
it's command for all you kids out there. It's Command and Conquer, basically. One of the originals. Let's see. Oyman92 asks, will you be releasing a version with unpainted fins so you can really get that copper look?
I brought that up.
Did you?
I keep bringing that up because I really like the look.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would love to see a completely copper version fins and with like the black external.
I imagine that because copper, right? It's gonna tarnish over time.
Yes.
So that's probably the main reason why
clear
you
coated or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
I mean that's why it's painted black. But with black you do lose some small percentage of heat dissipation.
Right. Any coating whatsoever on the metal, you're gonna get that.
Yeah. So what I would personally like to have this be just completely copper, and you just cover it up with your fans if that's your thing.
Right.
And then whenever you have to normally go in there and clean it out anyway, because you're gonna have dead spots, dust spots, whatever, you have to maintain it. Put some kind of clear coat finish on there, or just make sure that it isn't tarnishing.
Yeah.
Rub with rubbing alcohol or whatever. Take a shot with
you guys
your
ever used to
Iceberg,
take
whatever
ketchup and put it on a penny and it makes it clean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
just
Rub
douse this thing in
ketchup
Heinz,
in there.
man.
Vodka
yeah,
works
good to go.
very well.
Vodka?
Yeah.
You don't want to waste your good vodka on a cool...
Yeah. I'm not going to name drop. But...
All right, who else is asking questions
Trashing
here?
Gordon's gin?
Dozeo asks, what happens if you turn that microphone into the first mode? How does it pick up the sound from all around? I think the 3 different modes for the snowball, and this is totally unrelated to you
Mode
guys.
3 is...
is
okay.
the omnidirectional, right? Yeah, exactly. Do you guys have one too?
No, I heard Paul say it.
Oh. Where's Paul?
He's not a
No, I know,
legitimate
he said
source of
earlier, but
information.
I was
Paul
thinking-
said, let me break this down.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let me just tell you
I thought it was
something.
cool, so I wanted to remember it.
Immediately I was like, yeah, I remember, but we're not going to mess with that right now, so we're just going to skip right over that. I Love Eggs asks, when was the availability of the power supply? So when is this going to be coming out?
This was available first Tuesday of this month.
Okay.
So
Okay, so it already came out. It's already available.
it is
It's
available on
Newegg.com.
Newegg.com.
Right. Yeah, and it's the V1000.
V1000. Yeah. There are 3 versions: the 7, 850, and the 1000.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure so she can actually look that up. I'm actually going to open up the group to total any questions you're going to throw out there for Cooler Master, just so we can start stockpiling some in. And as we're waiting for questions, you guys can finalize anything else you want to say about these products.
Just, when it comes to our keyboards, I'd tap that, and so would you. That's
What's it say on the
our
back?
It says,
So
so would
would
you.
you.
So
And
would
it
you.
actually shows the Stealth model, which you guys should have in brown and blue.
Nice.
So that'll be
Any
coming
sexual harassment suits in the office when you guys wear those?
No.
good.
Surprisingly,
Really high dude concentration?
Yeah, in this industry, it's a lot of men. So
You know what?
we
Hey.
kind of just laugh and go, "Oh, that's so
It
awesome."
happens.
Our meetings are just a
He's
bunch of
always like, Nate, what's going on?
like.
He sits behind me and I'm working. I'm like, shh.
Nate,
Sure. You hear
Sure.
my messages to you,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, you can hear when Raj is typing.
It's funny because with greens, like in our office, I have greens. My coworker Lulu has blues.
Right.
So our whole row is just people, just like literally, and they are kind of loud. I mean, to some extent. But the thing is that once you get used to it, it's just white noise.
Is it?
And really, the way it feels on your fingers, like green switches, are just heavenly. I don't know. Every time we show people, like we go to gaming events and people type on, they're like, man, that's really nice. So greens are just heavier blues, like they're more stiffer blues. A lot of people probably have blues. That's one of the most popular mechanical switches. But I don't know, man. Once I got used to it, I can't go to any switch type. Like I'm stuck.
I guess maybe if I got used to it, I'd be fine. But for me, I'm like.
First day in the well, that's the thing too. Yeah, I mean, again,
Like-
I think
this is-
For me, I'm just used to
boils down to
the
this,
reds,
the way that it feels. But
Yeah.
when I first walked into the Cooler Master office, I remember my first day working there, and I just literally heard like all over me, and it was just so overwhelming. I was like, I think my head's gonna explode.
Nice.
About a week later, I'm just like, I will never type on a rubber dome keyboard ever
Oh,
again.
the rubber dome. Yeah, no, I can completely. Yeah.
I think you should try browns or clears.
Okay.
And
yeah,
we
I'll
will
take
have
a
a
look.
small. We will be bringing in
Because
clears at some point.
I used
too.
to use this, but I'd bottom out all the time. And my fingers would hurt just from jamming
Just hamming
it.
'em?
Just
Yeah.
because I just hammer them. Because there's no tactile trigger to let you know
Right.
you hit it.
Mhm.
So I switched to browns, and you can kind of catch up on a couple days of like however you're supposed to hit it.
Okay.
then
And once
he
you
was
catch your
telling me-
stride, it's. I mean, I was doing Type Racer and just like testing it, different keys, and I can beat everybody with these,
40,
like,
30
Yeah.
words a minute.
like,
He's
it's
amazing.
just- it's-
40, 30 words a minute.
I beat
With
some kindergartner the other day.
Yeah.
That kid was crying.
Yeah.
I told him it's in your face, man.
75% errors. No problem.
It's
I
okay.
had
It's
it.
all
though. I
right.
had it.
It's all right. I got this.
I hit more buttons than that kid.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else we got. here.
just button mash.
Oh, don't these have like crazy NK rollover
Okay.
or something too?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so it uses like N key rollover. We also have adjustable, what's it called, repeat rates. So when you hold it down, it actually can zoom past.
1, 2, 4, and 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, we have someone, Thomas Lowe is asking that he actually states that he might buy the keyboard and because he needs a new one and wants to know how easy they are to clean.
So you can actually remove. We actually include keycap removers in them. So
Okay.
I mean, with my finger, I was able to remove the escape key. I'm not able to do all these other ones, but basically, you just pop them out, and you can actually clean the plate within kind of an airbrush thing. I mean, if you're spilling water on it, A lot of times, we have a steel backplate on ours, so it can kind of help avoid that. But
I mean, switches in general need a backplate, right?
well, not all of them do. Some are
Okay.
PCB mounted, and
okay.
some are directly on the PCB mount. A lot of our competitors do that. We're one of the few that actually uses a full steel backplate, so you can take a
really
beating.
take
We had a
it.
video on our YouTube channel of a Ferrari and a monster truck running over our keyboards, and they still work.
Simultaneously, because
At the same time.
because they can cross over.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when they monster jump into the parking lot,
Yeah.
the Lambo just shot under it, and then the monster truck.
It was a whole Fast and the Furious
Nice.
ordeal.
Wait, so do we have a Lambo and a Ferrari?
No,
or,
it's a Lambo and a
a monster truck.
gigantic.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
it's on our
Lamborghini.
YouTube
okay.
channel. It's really
Ferrari's still cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's in my opinion, it's a little less flamboyant, but also
But
more
the Lambo has the slanted front, so when the monster truck went over it.
nice.
But yeah, it runs over. I mean, it's obviously it's just kind of showing people the durability behind it and kind of what we're doing there. So
Okay. Let me see what else people are asking. Glass Pelican asks, can we get a wired keyboard with a built-in USB hub?
wired keyboard with a USB hub. So I mean, if with a USB hub, we have had keyboards with that. The Trigger, for example, does have that. Wired though, I mean, that was something that we can always kind of add in at some point. I know a lot of people, but again, with LAN gamers, you don't want your wire to get kind of bent or frayed, or there's a possibility of that. But then again, we can definitely look at that. Nothing right now, though.
Nothing
to
right
answer
now.
your question.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
From the audience, we have Paul asking questions. Go ahead, Paul.
Will you guys ever make an ergonomic mechanical?
He asks, will we ever make an ergonomic mechanical keyboard? Mainly because I know Paul is stuck on a particular ergo keyboard, and he won't switch, which is a rubber dome, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
which
we
I don't
are in the research process of doing that. I've actually reached out. I did a thread on Overclock that I talked to all enthusiasts about what would be the best style. I'll definitely get your feedback. That's something that we're doing a lot of research on. Not anytime in the near future, unfortunately, because when you're dealing with mechanical, again, you're also dealing with the steel plate that we have to do, and if we don't get it right the first time, that's a bad product. So it's going to take a lot of testing, but absolutely one of the things that we want to do.
I call dibs.
Paul calls dibs.
Dibs has been made. Paul, minimum order quantity is 5,000. You are welcome. Do you know if we're going to make one with the F keys moved to the side, the narrowed down versions?
Oh, so the poker style and stuff like that?
I don't know what it's called. Somebody on Reddit was asking me if you could take these keys, put them on the side,
The
slim it
thing
down.
with us is we have so many ideas with keyboards that are kind of going through. I mean, just the small, more compact, different switch types, trying out different things. That's kind of the flexibility that we're taking in terms of that. So, again, posting on Reddit, posting on our Facebook, I'll read it. That feedback kind of gets in. And at some point, we'll definitely reach out and kind of get more.
Please directly contact /u/RajFace.
Don't.
He'll just
Why
look
would
at
you
all
do
your
that?
stuff.
Why would you do that?
Because
Why
I
would
love
you
you
do that?
so much.
Why would you?
I
do
want
that?
you to come in and go,
Wait, that was
why do
real?
I have... Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Why do you have 300
That's like
messages?
giving your phone number on TV.
Yeah.
Like, let me give you Nate's
By the way,
cell
call
number.
me at
Dear
61
Internet,
yeah.
call me
Yeah.
at Reddit /u//
Send me a text
Raj.
message.
All right. Well, we've got
Man,
a
if I knew
couple
your
more
phone number
questions
hard.
that we want to cover here for you. Let's see. RaveX asks, so are there blue LED fans from Cooler Master for the Half X? They're asking if there's blue LED fans in your case.
For the Half X, yeah, you guys have it for the 932.
Okay.
But I think you might have to swap out for the blue version.
Okay.
Like a sickle flow, blue sickle flow. We're gonna have another fan that you guys showcased on CES.
Okay.
It was the Jet Flow. It has 4 LEDs on the inside. Instead of it shining from the outside, it shines out from the inside. No, it shines out. Yeah.
Yeah. It shines out from the center.
And it's crazy powerful, rubber grommeted, steel cage, so there's no vibration. Steel insert, like it's a legit high-end fan.
Wow.
About 93 to 95 CFM.
Dual bearing or just
palm
curious?
bearing.
Oh,
Yeah,
palm bearing.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Enlighten me.
polyoxymethylene, 4th gen.
Say
Cooler
that 3
Master
times
fan.
fast.
Polyoxymethylene.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, so we call it palm because
Okay, much easier.
it's a mouthful.
Yeah.
But basically, it is like a self-healing, self-lubricating plastic. So if like your fan gets off balance, it can make kind of a rattle.
Yeah.
Eventually, the palm will smooth it back out.
So it's the T1000 of fans.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that what you're telling me?
pretty sick. It's gonna turn into
Okay.
like a sword hand. Like if somebody breaks in your house, sword hand got that guy.
Sword hand.
Sword hand.
All right.
It'll chase him down, all liquid metal style. It'll
No.
be...
I don't want that dude running
That
after
will
me.
never happen.
Skynet is activated with Cooler Master. That's what he's trying to say.
All right. The Wangman asks, is there a Stealth CM keyboard with MX Blues?
Yes, absolutely. So the Stealth model that you see here, the 10 keyless model with Blues, is actually on its way to Newegg.
Okay.
You guys should have it very soon.
Okay.
So that will be there. And then we'll also have, down the line, the XT model will actually have Stealth keys as well. So we'll be kind of expanding that. And then for those that don't know, we also have a TK model, which I didn't bring, which takes the actual arrow keys and your command block and combines them with the numpad. So it's a little bit larger than the Rapid or the Stealth, but smaller than the XT.
Excellent. Okay. Oyman92 asks, how are the gray switches? He wants to know how they are.
Grays, I've actually used grays, and I don't remember exactly what they feel like because it was just on the sample kit. What I have felt are clears. And clears are really cool because they're just like a little bit stiffer browns.
We had whites.
We have whites as well. That's a clicky...
is it harder than green?
No. But I can't remember off the top of my head on the whites. But now grays I have not tried.
Okay.
And who knows? Again, with demand, if people want grays, we'll bring grays. Right now with greens, that was a huge one that a lot of people really wanted. And so we were really adamant about it. We got great feedback on that. So tested very well.
I remember just the other day, Waraj, I feel like you're deceiving these people. Remember, there's one gray key on that little...
Yeah, I know. That's what I told them.
And we were sitting there going like this. What to do? Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, the thing too, that's the problem with sometimes with those tester units. Like, you really need to kind of get
it's one of
3
every
or 4
key, so you're
keys.
just
So you're sitting there doing this all day, and it really doesn't help. But when you actually sit there and do maybe 3 or 4 keys, I have a little test unit that I take with me to events, and they have all of them multiple keys except for that gray switch. So everything else is
the mysterious gray switch
there's only
escapes us again.
One gray switch. So.
Wow.
I don't think it's that great because a lot of people don't talk about it.
Okay, well, Oyman's talking about it. He's all excited about it. Let's see.
That's my mom. Mom, leave me alone about the gray switches.
Mom. I told you.
Kyle actually wants to have you do an unboxing of
cooler
the
master.
I forgot to...
Can Kyle do the unboxing?
Yeah, no, we need Kyle to do the unboxing.
Actually, Kyle
he has a song and everything.
No,
Is
Kyle,
there a
Kyle has a voice.
Is there a
and
Paging
everything.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Paging Kyle, come to the main Studio 1, please. This is probably going to get to him 5-10 seconds later because he's watching the stream.
No, yeah, he definitely needs to do the unboxing of that.
Captain Cooler Master!
Yeah!
Kyle Hansen, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's do it.
All right.
I love it.
Can we buy this? Is this buyable?
No, actually, we give those at
relax.
events. Yeah, there's only I think 500 in the world. We always carry a couple at events and stuff. And
Now I'm nervous.
I know that.
Don't break it.
Getting down
Don't
and dirty.
unbox yourself, man. Just the Captain Cooler Master's fine.
So epic. Doesn't
Just
even
let
need
him
a
go,
user's
man. Just let
manual.
him go.
All right, here we go.
Just
This is a beauty. I was messing around with this guy at the UCLA law tournament that we were at, making Rajiv and Steve basically lose it.
Yeah.
I think he was.
We had a lot of downtime.
You got to get a close up on this guy.
Does he like ketchup?
Look at the detail. Does he like ketchup? He's the ultimate master of thermal dissipation. oh God! My leg is gone, but at least the heat is gone too. Oh yes,
I love it.
thermal status dissipated. I never know what voice to give him. He seems.
We need to play the guacamole so that you can really.
Oh, yeah.
just kind of cool it
I was
down.
making him tread through a pile of guacamole that was a little bit too spicy for Cooler Master standards, so he had to do some dissipating. He had to dissipate the hell out of that
Yeah,
stuff.
best part was he does the whole thing, and then we go, oh, sorry, we forgot to hit record.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. First Moose says he forgot to hit record on the sound, and then I'm like, you know what, Kyle? I think I forgot to hit record on the video too. I'm sorry. So Kyle's like, he's got guacamole all over his feet.
It was footage that's lost forever.
Yeah,
It's
just
unfortunate.
have to imagine it.
Yeah.
Luckily, you
Yeah.
recreated it.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing I was able to do it live. Well, there you go, guys.
There's the unboxing of Captain Cooler Master.
Nice.
Love it.
Thank you,
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, sir.
Don't forget your
Thank
tag.
you.
Don't forget your
Yeah, you
badge
threw your
there.
I
tag in
don't
there.
need this, but okay.
All right. Where was I? Where am I going with this? We have questions.
We're
to
still
ask, don't
answering questions.
we? Yeah. Let's see. We have Dozeo asks, will these keyboards come out in other language versions? Good question, actually.
So I can't guarantee which ones will come out in which region. Primarily, again, we do deal with North America, so I can always give you updates on that. I know the Europe team, for example, they don't carry certain colors of the Stealth, or they might not even carry the Stealth, but I do know that whatever feedback I get from people on Reddit or Facebook, I just send that over to the European team. So if other languages, Spanish, and the European designs, we won't sell them in the U.S. though.
Basically just send him a message to his Reddit. You already have his information, so...
/U/RAJFACE. And then just click send message and just anything you want. If you don't have a Reddit account, it takes about 20 seconds.
Later, send us a message.
So just use a bunch of different accounts. It makes it seem like there's a...
My phone is going to explode, dude.
No, but it takes 20 seconds to make one, so you just make a new account. Oh, I really like.
Why are you doing this?
You're
make another account.
What is creating trolls? He's training you on CMU how to be.
How to be a troll. Like there's a lesson gonna be
troll tactics 101.
Yeah, there you go.
If you do get a ton, actually, send a screenshot of your email list. I would like to just post that.
Yeah,
look what you did.
Yeah,
look what you did, you little jerk.
And people love you all over that thing.
Doseo also asks. I have a Cooler Master fan that has a temperature sensor, but I no longer want it. Can I cut off the sensor and connect the two cables and get it to work? So we're talking about hack and slash stuff now.
Do not know.
Probably do not recommend either.
Warranty.
Yeah.
An official stance would be that.
He's trying to disable the fourth RPM pin?
I would assume so, yeah.
If you just unplug that and you plug it into your header. Yeah. Obviously, not recommended by Cooler Master, but as
Do you guys don't have any temperature sensor in the fan at all? Then
I don't believe so.
So he's talking about the RPM, right? Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, man. The PWM function, but yeah, if you just plug the 4 into a 3, it'll only work as a 3-pin.
Maybe that's what he's talking about. Well, you can just get an adapter. Just go from 4 to 3. That's
a
it.
Y connector.
Or even go from that to the 4-pin Molex, and then you're set either way. Paul, I see a furrowed brow. Do you have something to add to that?
No.
Okay, good.
Paul
says
the
no.
Temperature sensor on a fan?
I think he just wants it to fit into a 3-pin. That's really what it boils down. It's got to be, and even then, usually it offsets.
It should be no problem.
Unless he has a 4.
Yeah.
But maybe he has a 4 and he just doesn't want that. Like he has a 4 to a 4. He's like, I don't want.
Like he just hates that extra. Like
he doesn't want the pin on the header to work.
Why would you not?
Yeah.
That's my take.
Just go into your BIOS and
disable all these numbers.
Yeah, you can just disable
the monitoring. Yeah.
Get a fan controller, $10, $20 problem.
Sometimes you have a 3-pin header, but it's like blocked by a cap or something like that, so you can't fit the 4-pin. Then you need an adapter.
At that point, just cut it completely off, strip the wires, and solder them on directly. That's the easiest way to do it.
Oh
yeah, this is your product. This is your product. I'm sorry. Don't do that. That was just a joke. All right. Shinobi Shi asks, will the Stealth or QuickFire Rapid keyboards be with brown switches? Keyboards with brown switches be restocked on Newegg soon? That's actually a Newegg question, and I don't know.
I can say that browns are, they're rare to get nowadays. They're very difficult to get. So I can say, even on your guys' behalf, that
so you're telling
the stock
me
is a while. Yeah,
you guys are trying.
Well, you guys should get it. You guys should get it within maybe a couple weeks to a month, but not like it won't be. It's not like something that we can count on because as soon as they're up. As soon as we sent you the stock, it was gone. And we let people know. The mechanical enthusiasts are crazy over this stuff. And as soon as they saw Stealth with brown, they were like, Done. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Auto notify. Yes. Go to the page and auto notify. That would be the best possible thing you could do.
We always let people know when we get new stock of the inventory into our Chino warehouse, and then before it gets shipped out. So obviously we'll mention okay, now it's shipping out to Newegg and stuff. So.
Awesome.
Send Rajiv a message every day
asking
them if they're in yet.
I'm going to get the heat off Rajiv real quick. Quarbon V asks, will there be Curse-branded keyboards and mice in the future?
That's actually something that I can't comment on, but...
Uh-oh.
Who knows, right?
Right? Why would he say that unless the answer was maybe?
Yeah.
Yes.
The answer is we are contracted.
I'm totally outside of their team, so I have no idea what they do.
This guy is totally throwing me under the bus at any opportunity.
Yeah, but I don't know what you guys do. I don't even know. I didn't know this had a light on until today.
Because I don't let you try this stuff. You're not.
You're
not on my level.
I can touch expensive these things.
Stay out of the R&D department of peripherals, I guess.
I have a stock $5 Dell keyboard at work. Membrane. They're all soggy and squishy.
He's got no class. He's got no class.
Oh man! All right, so Freaking Oscar asks, can
like
you
that name.
can
I
you
love
guys
that
you
name.
like that name? I
Yeah.
thought that name was pretty.
This is freaking Oscar.
This is Freaking Oscar asking a question.
He's gonna
Can
pop
you
some
guys
tags.
make a half 912 MTA MicroATX case with half 922 front panel? So I'm not familiar with what's actually on that front panel. Is there a ton of USB 3.0 ports?
He wants the large boxed out version fan, I would guess.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I don't have an example, so use your
Yeah.
imagination. Or go to Newegg and just look at your pictures and see what the difference is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're really similar. He might want the front hot swap bays. I'm not sure where he's
Where he's
asking,
going with
but,
that? Yeah.
If he's looking for a smaller half, yeah, it's possible for that to be something we're looking at in the near future. As a previous question was MicroATX half series, it's still in the
Development stage.
all kinds of yeses and nos.
Okay.
Because it'll make more sense when PAX Prime
Yeah,
comes
when
around.
PAX Prime comes around, yeah.
Well, we'll
There's
get
a
to
lot of
see.
nonsense right now, but you guys will have all kinds of
Okay.
information.
So stay tuned to
Yeah,
PAX
it's-
Prime and Cooler Masters
It's a
booth base.
big-
You're
we have,
going.
we have a meeting about this
Yeah.
specific project every week because
Nice.
it's like mega important.
Okay.
So PAX Prime, big deal.
Okay.
Do the Google.
Do the Googles. Check on the internets. All right. We have another question from the Wingman. He asks, are the CMPSUs compliant for... yeah, actually they are. For Haswell across the board.
So when he builds his Batman rig,
Yeah.
it will work out. Yeah, so yeah, Haswell, no problem. You got it locked in.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, because we were talking about the voltage
And even
requirements
on
earlier.
that, like just
So-
as ancillary information, almost any power supply is going to work. Like it's like people are making a big deal about C6, C7 Haswell compliance thing, and that is absolutely like.
You're debunking it right here, right now. There's
Yeah,
very
it's-
few, very cheap. I don't want to
But
say very
it's
cheap,
not
but
even.
there are some
It's
that
only
don't.
that function. So right now, most people have like a C3 option. So C6, C7 is just a deeper sleep.
Right.
So right now you're looking at 0.5 amps. So they're going down to 0.05 amps. So that sounds like 10 times as much. It's huge. But you're looking at 6 watts to 0.6 watts. So it's
Yeah.
not like it's like 2 cents a month. I don't know how much that's going to be.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be world changing.
Right.
So, like, if you're going to leave it off for a long enough, if you're going to leave it in that kind of sleep mode long enough that it's going to make a difference on your power, you should probably just turn it off.
If your power has completely run on your house and you have a UPS powering it, you're going to last a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
doing this.
it's just one of those things where it's like people are making a bigger deal than it should be.
Right, exactly.
And your motherboard will be smart enough to know that you can't go into C6, C7. So if you use an older power supply or a power supply that you think might not be worthy of it, give it a shot. Your motherboard will kick it into C3 only. When you go to sleep, you just go to C3 sleep. And then you wake up normal as always. There will be
Nice.
no difference. So it's
Fantastic.
like when you're sitting there looking at people, I don't know. It's just my personal.
Yeah.
He's
Not-
just like had to get that out of
Yeah,
his
like
chest.
it's just like
It's been something that's been bothering me.
I feel like the
Bothering
guy
him,
with
yeah.
the globe,
Sleep last
Atlas, or
night.
whatever. But yeah, it's totally not a big deal.
weighing on him, man.
And people are making a big deal out of the molehill, not oil.
Okay, all right. Let's see. We've got another question. Go Geiger? Yeah, Go Geiger. Oh boy, you guys are slaughtering me with these names. He asks, will the future version of CM Storm Trigger have the backplate lighting plus will it need the 5-volt DC adapter to unlock the lighting, more lighting levels?
Next gen
basically?
trigger actually I think is so based on early discussion I can't say too much, but I know that there are some changes. Like we're gonna definitely keep the backlighting to match the switch types. So the kind of way people can see is with blue switch you're gonna get blue switch with blue backlighting, red switch with red backlighting, green switch with green backlighting,
Okay.
and brown switch gets white backlighting because nobody wants a brown color.
Okay.
LED, I don't think. I don't.
Brown LED, I just imagine
Yeah,
it being
just-
like the broken yellow
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
broken
Well,
white.
We got a sample in it before Raj got here.
Uh-huh.
It had the brown backplate and the light, and it was horrendous.
Was it?
Yeah. Wow. It's one of those things where, did you try this out before you sent the sample over?
Yeah.
Like it's just weird.
You told us to do it, we did it. Just
Yeah.
you guys look at it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Carter got it, who's like the head of Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, "Oh my god, this is horrific. Throw them away. Like
it out
get
of
rid
my
of this."
sight.
burn it to the ground.
You should have just given them away on the site or something on your Facebook.
Oh,
I'm sure people
no.
would have been like,
It's-
sweet.
we just
That's
don't want.
that's just bad
Yeah,
branding.
yeah.
Somebody said, "Where'd you get that?" I never want to see that ever.
Scratch it all out.
Yeah.
Put it on someone else's.
Yeah. Write someone else's name on there.
All right.
It says
so,
Mr. Hanky. Why is this the Mr. Hanky version? Like, turn it on, buddy.
Yeah, Mr. Hanky. That was a good reference. I like that. Broseph34 is asking a question. When will the QuickFire TK with brown switches be available?
So that shipment is coming in. Should be within the next couple weeks. Again, Facebook and Reddit would be your best bet to get like up to date information. I mean, I literally give you guys like the the launch dates that like we know internally. I'm just like, it's gonna be here. That's how. Hardcore mechanical keyboard enthusiasts are like they want to know, and if
it speaks to your volume too, it speaks volumes about yourself as well, because you're basically saying, hey, you enthusiasts, let me give you some insider information. That's pretty cool.
I think it's stuff like, okay, hey, expect it to be available this date, so that way they know. A lot of times, you would think that, oh, we're killing our hype with these, but no, I mean, these are moving on their own. As soon as they're up, they're out. They're done.
And he teases with pictures of unreleased product all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'll see what's coming down the pipeline, and as I mentioned, a lot of product feedback. I like to hear what people are using, different things. I like to explain to you. We're very transparent in terms of how we like to explain kind of the thought process behind things. We don't just throw it out there and say, hey, buy it because it's on sale. Okay. It actually has reasonings behind it. For example, like stealth keycaps or
fantastic.
Like
all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up with I think one more question. If this is legitimately a question,
There's another one.
Carbonvi asks, are Cooler Master coolers compatible with up-and-coming Richland APU? Exactly. Never mind. Ignore the last question. I love it. So I read things in the order at which they're given to me, not the whole thing, then stop, then recap it. So that last question is to be ignored unless you guys have some reason to feel like you should.
Can I just say yes?
I guess so.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Good. Okay. Well, I mean, I think unless you guys have anything else to add, we pretty much covered the whole gambit.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I feel like we can do another question and answer session.
You want to do a whole nother hour? Let's just go for now.
I mean, I'm pretty open. I just had a bagel, so I can probably outstomach both of you guys if it's going to be like a challenge.
Yeah, no kidding. What time is it right now? It's noon. So yeah, I'm ready to break for lunch and possibly a couple beers tonight if you guys are down.
Can we come back another date and do this again?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Talk with the peeps?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and you guys can post it again, get it
absolutely
boiling up a little sooner so we can get a lot more people in here. I think that'd be cool. So fantastic. Well, I just want to thank you guys both for coming in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
For sure, Steve.
Rajiv and Nathan, thank you guys. Both from Cooler Master. We talked a lot about the different keyboards and cooling options they have around their PSU, their headset, and their mouse, the Havoc. A lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. And we definitely want to thank you guys, the viewers, so much for getting involved, following us, and jumping on to view. And I suppose this is probably the camera I should be looking at right now since the camera is pointing at it. Bottom line is we want to thank you again, and definitely we're going to have more up-and-coming content. We're going to do more live builds. The live builds that we've been doing so far have just been wild. I mean, it's essentially like, let's have a beer and talk as we build this computer, completely about unrelated content, and have Joanne walk in and eat a hard-boiled egg. I think it was soft-boiled, actually. She corrected me like 4 times, and I didn't remember it.
Can you plug Raj's?
Absolutely. I'm not going to do that again. But coolermaster.com if you want to see CMU.
It's coolermaster-usa.com.
-usa.com. I'm sorry, guys.
No problem.
Okay.
And then
anything else you want to plug before
Facebook is Cooler Master NA. That's the North America Facebook page. And
Reddit, just Reddit in general. Like we're
big on Reddit. So I mean, Reddit/r/Cooler Master. That's the big one for us.
Okay,
we spend our free time there. So
nice.
Usually,
I bet there's a lot.
We have justified being able to Reddit at work by having this subreddit. It is pretty awesome.
The guy messaged me at 11. He expected a response before midnight.
Done. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much again for viewing. Tell your friends, post it. We'll rewatch it again on the recorded videos. We're actually going to be, I don't know if we'll edit it because there was no cussing this time, which is good. But we're going to be updating or uploading it to our YouTube channel and showing that off a little later. All right. Thanks again, you guys. I'm Steve with Newegg TV, and we'll see you soon.